different.
Shalom, shalom, Boker Tov,
This is my head
shalom,
rabbi,
Rebbe Tzine Lisheva,
master.
shalom to everyone on Facebook and
This is-
the other
I
channel.
forgot
So we are today,
Shalom, Boker Tov, Rabbi.
shalom, Rebbe Tzine Odette. We are today in the Gemara Bavli, in Masekhet Brakhot. Donc on est aujourd'hui dans la Gemara Bavli. On est donc dans la Masekhet Brakhot. Masekhet Brakhot, c'est dans Seder Zeraim. Okay? Masekhet Brakhot, it's in the Seder Zeraim. You know the Mishnah, there is 6 Sedarim. All of them here. But the first one is called Zeraim. Le premier Seder de la Mishnah s'appelle Zeraim. Dans Zeraim, on a Brachot, Pea, Damai, Klaim, Shvit, Trumot, Maasrot. Celui-là, j'arrive pas à lire. En fait, c'est toutes les lois qui sont connectées à l'agriculture. It's all the laws that are connected to agriculture, but not only agriculture, also all the laws that are connected to the, let's say, the seeds. Okay, we know that there is seeds in nature, there is seeds also inside of man. Also, our thoughts are connected, our seeds, and then you put them into reality. Aussi, nos pensées sont nos pensées sont des graines et on les met, on arrive à les rendre, on va dire, réelles. So there is 6 order of the Mishnah. On a 6 ordres de la Mishnah. Who can cite it to me? Qui peut me les réciter? Don't be shy, ne soyez pas timide. Donc le premier ordre, the first order of the Mishnah, it's Zeraim. Okay, Zeraim. It's connected to the seeds, but like we say, not only the seed in the agricultural world, also the seed that we have in our head that became thought and that became action. Aussi les graines qu'on a dans notre tête qui deviennent des pensées et des actions. The second seder of the Mishnah is the seder Moed. Moed, it's all things linked to the festivities. Okay, les festivals. In Seder Moed, we have Maseret. It's not here. We have Maseret Shabbat, Maseret Psarim, Maseret Shavuot, and so on. Dans le Sefer Moed, on a toutes les fêtes. Ok, on a Shabbat, on a Psarim, on a Shavuot, and so on. The third Seder of the Mishnah is the Seder Nashim. It's all the things that are connected to the women. Le troisième partie de la Mishnah, le troisième Seder, c'est le Seder Nashim. It's connected to women. Okay. The fourth is Seder Nezikim. Yes, Nezikim. And Nezikim is all things that are connected to damage and interest, especially damage that cost money. Spécialement les dommages qui, on va dire, sont liés à l'argent. Damage. Le cinquième Seder de la Mishnah, c'est Kodashim. Kodashim. It's all the laws of ritual purity. C'est toutes les lois de la pureté rituelle. Purity, we make rituals. And the sixth Seder of the Mishnah is Ta'arot. Toda Rabba. Ta'arot. It's specifically the Seder de Masayet Nida. It's all the things connected to purities. C'est toutes les choses qui sont connectées à la pureté. Now that we have those 6 Seder of the Mishnah, we can link them to something that we saw, the 6th day of creation. On peut les lier au 6 jours de la création. This is the first day of creation. So the day when Hashem said Vayehi Or, that made the light be. So that's the first thought. That's the first seed. C'est la première pensée, c'est la première graine. First day in Bereshit. The second seder of the Mishnah, Seder Moed, is connected to the second day. Second day, he separated the Maim from the Maim. He separated the water from the water. Second day. Of creation, of Bereshit. The third day, he let the plants grow. But even though we know that they didn't grow on that day, they grow later, but they were already in seed, they were already ready. So the third day is connected to the woman. This you can apply everything. Every time you see the sixth day of Bereshit, you can connect them to the sixth seder of the Mishnah. Third day, so connected to the woman, Nashim, the sprout of the plant. Okay, la poussée des plantes. Also, separation between water and earth. On the third day, he made the water concrete. Some water become concrete, and they became earth. And some water stay water, and they became the sea. Fourth day of Bereshit, the image, is the day when Hashem put the luminaries, the sky, the stars, the sun, the moon. Okay, Hashem il a fait là-bas le soleil, la lune et tous les luminaires on the fourth day. Fifth day, it's Kodashim. It's connected to the day that Hashem created the fish and the bird. Okay, cinquième jour. And the sixth day, he made the animals and Adam. So this is really important to keep in mind. The sixth seder of the Mishnah, they are connected to the sixth day of creation. Les 6 jours de la Mishnah sont liés aux 6 jours de la création. And why Mishnah is so high? Because if you write Mishnah in Hebrew, you write it, let's do it like this. Mishnah, you write it Mem. Mem, Shin, Nun, He. And if you change the letter of Mishnah, you can have Nun, Mem, Nun, Shin, Mem, He, which is Neshama. Neshama is the soul. So to study the Mishnayot, he elevated the soul. Étudier la Mishnah, c'est élever l'âme. Let's bring up the soul. It's the same letter. Mishnah, Neshama, the soul, and the Sedarim. Okay? Any question until there? Vous avez des questions jusque-là? If not, we're going to the text. On va partir dans le texte. So, I share my screen for those who are in internet. Do we have another Gemara? Do you read Hebrew? No?
No.
No, I ask you because I have one Gemara here which is translated and the other one is not translated. Okay, we'll see. Rabbi Yeshai, tu peux mettre le...
Oh, it's good when I listen.
It's good like this?
Yeah, when I listen, it's very good.
Top. No problem. C'est bon? On voit? Ok. Il dit quoi, Papa Amédée? Salam, shalom, shalom, Rabbi Amédée, Keti. C'est bon? Okay. So now we're going into the Gemara. We are here in Seder Zeraim, and in Seder Zeraim, one of the Gemara, it's called Brachot, and it's explaining the law of the benediction, of all the blessings. Ça explique là-bas les lois des bénédictions. All the blessings. And many other things also. Beaucoup d'autres choses. C'est bon? Okay. So the Gemara says like this. We go a little bit back here. Okay. So, Ben Zoma Cha'a Urlusa Al-Gav Ma'ala Be'ar HaBayit Chacham Amar Baruch Chacham Arazim U Varur Shebara Kol Elu Leshem Sheni. So, here is Ben Zoma. You know, Ben Zoma is one of the 4 who enter the Pardes. Il y a quelqu'un qui arrive sur la... Ben Zoma is one of the 4 who enter the Pardes. The Pardes is the Gan Eden, We know that Rabbi Akiva, Ben Zoma, Elisha Arer, and Elisha Ben Abuya, they wanted to go to the Gan Eden. And only Rabbi Akiva went in Shalom and came back in Shalom. The three others, one became crazy, one died, and one became, he was Epicurus, meaning he stopped to follow Torah. Because it's a really interesting story. They wanted to go to see if they can go there alive. Because we have occurrences in the Torah that shows us that some people went to Gan Eden alive. They went to, people call it paradise, but we know that it's not paradise like people think. It's a place that people can enter with their body, right? We have Eliezer, Eved Avraham, who went there alive. We have Hanoch in the beginning of the Torah, who went there alive. Binyamin ben Yaakov and others. So those four sages, Rabbi Akiva, Ben Zoma, and so on, they wanted to go into this place with their body alive. Ils voulaient aller aussi, les sages, Ben Zoma, Rabbi Akiva, etc. Ils voulaient aller au paradis vivant. Donc Ben Zoma, it's another story from him. He saw a lot of Jews that were in the temple. Okay? Il voyait vraiment une multitude de Juifs qui allaient au temple. He saw many Jews. Agav Mala Be'er Habayit. Et ils étaient sur une des marches du temple. So from the temple, he saw all those people there. And he say, Amar, Baruch Hacham Arazim. He bless, he say, be blessed, Hashem Elokeinu Melech Haolam, who is the sage of secret. So what does it mean? Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? Pourquoi voir beaucoup de Juifs, ça lui amène à faire une bénédiction que, merci on va dire, au sage des secrets, celui qui crée les secrets. Why making seeing a lot of Jews bring him to say a blessing? They say that, oh Hashem, you are let's say you are the wise of secret. You are the one who know the secret. Chez Barak Kolelu, les Shamshene. Et il a dit aussi, and he say also another blessing, he say, be blessed Hashem, Eloheinu Melech Haolam, who created all those people, all those Jews to serve me. Okay? It's really, really interesting because it seems that it's a little bit, it's not really clear why those people have to serve him. Okay, we're going to see, the Ben Ish Chai will explain. On va voir ce que le Ben Ish Chai va dire. He say, now we will give another bracha. Hu Aya Omer. And Ben Zoma he was used to say, il avait l'habitude de dire, Kama Yegiot Yaga Adam Arishon. He said, how much effort Adam Arishon have to do Ad Shematza Pat Lerol. Combien d'efforts Adam Arishon devait faire until he could eat bread. Okay? Combien d'efforts est-ce qu'il devait faire Adam Arishon jusqu'à ce qu'il mange du pain? Charash, Vezara, Vekatza. He had to plow, to sow, and to harvest. Il devait planter, il devait semer et labourer, moissonner. Veimer va dash. Et il a mis en gerbe et il les a battus. Okay. Vezara uvara. So he took the pile of wheat and he had to separate the wheat, the grain from the wheat. Vezara uvara. Et il a vanné la paille des grains et il a trié les autres déchets. And he made some kind of selection. He took the good grain. Vetarad virkin. Et il a moulu les grains to make it, pour faire de la farine. And he crushed the grain to make flour. Vetaraz virkin. Okay. Velash veafa. Et il a pétri la pâte pour en faire justement une pâte. And he made de dough. Velash vearar karachol. Et après cela, il a mangé. And after all this, he ate. It's really interesting because yesterday we saw that Adam Arishon actually, when he was in Gan Eden, what was he doing? He was basically sitting in the Gan Eden, in paradise, and angels were coming and they were serving him meat and wine. Okay, so it's a little bit, it looked like a contradiction here because in the Gemara they say no, he had to work hard to get his bread. Donc on a vu hier que Adam Arishon, quand il était au paradis, il était assis et les anges venaient le servir de la viande et du vin. Donc apparemment c'est une contradiction parce qu'ici on nous dit qu'il devait travailler. It looked like a contradiction because here it seems that he had to work. And what he was saying, it's in the beginning in Bereshit, and he was in the Gan, in the paradise, to work it and to keep it. Le'avda ve'le'shamra. And the Ben Ishra explained, he said, Maze le'avda, what is le'avda? Le'avda is not work like we think. Le'avda, he said, is to keep the mitzvot ha'aseh. Il dit, le'avda, c'était de garder les mitzvot ha'aseh. And what was le'shamra? To keep the paradise, the Gan Eden, it was to not do the mitzvot lo ta'aseh. C'était de ne pas faire les mitzvot lo ta'aseh. So Adam Arishon, his whole work in Gan Eden was to do mitzvot. Tout son travail, c'était de faire des mitzvot. So sometimes people, when they want to go to the Torah really with let's say, in the pshat, meaning in the literal way, they will say, no, it's a garden, and Adam was there, and he was keeping the garden, and so on and so on. But from the sage, we know that no, it was a place when he had to work only in the spiritual way. It was only Ruchani. He wasn't doing any work with the hand. We saw that the work that we have to do today, Chas v'Shalom, with our hand, is because Adam fall. Le travail qu'on doit faire aujourd'hui avec nos mains, c'est parce que Adam fall. Because in those times before Adam fall, Adam and Chava fall, they were just Ruchani. They were only light. They had no skin. Ils n'avaient pas de peau. They were only light, and when they fall, now they took a body of skin, they took skin, and they have to do work in their daily life. Et ils ont dû faire du travail dans leur, on va dire, travail de tous les jours. So, it seems like a contradiction. We see what the Gemara says. He says, Ve'ani ve'arachkar achal ve'ani ve'motse kol helu metukanin mashkim. Et moi, je me lève de bon matin, and he said, and I get up early in the morning, lefanai, and I find all those work already before me. So that's Ben Zoma saying that he feel like he's higher in a way that Adam Arishon, because he come to the temple and he see all those Jews, and all those Jews are making bread and so on and feeding him. So we're going to see what the Ben Ishra explained to this. What we have to remember here is that apparently when Adam Arishon had to work with his hand, it's after the sin. Quand Adam Arishon a dû travailler avec les mains, c'est après le péché. What is this sin? Many people have their opinion. We know that basically it wasn't just eating from fruit of a tree. On sait que c'était pas juste de manger du fruit d'un arbre. This whole story with the fruit and the snake and so on, basically the sage, they say that's because Adam Arishon, he could go with his wife Chava, but he had to wait normally until Shabbat, because we know if people study Torah, they don't have intercourse with their wife at any moment. There is moments that are really beneficial for that. Il y a des moments très bénéfiques pour ça. And the sage said that, for example, the best moment is the night of Shabbat. Le meilleur moment, c'est la nuit de Shabbat. From Friday, let's say, for people who do Shabbat on Friday to Saturday, okay? De la nuit de Shabbat. And if Adam had waited until that time in Gan Eden, si Adam avait attendu jusqu'à ce moment-là au Gan Eden, nothing will happen. The world will be fixed. Le monde serait fixé. But the problem is that he and his wife, Chava, they find themselves being together before Shabbat. They find themselves being together on the afternoon before Shabbat, on the 6th day. And that's why they say the whole world collapsed from where we are now. It's an image, but it give a good interpretation, let's say, of why this world, like Rabbi Pinras this morning, there is so much temptation. People are really, they don't even pay attention, but we have a lot of struggle about marital relationship. We see all kind of things in the street, in the television and so on. On voit toutes sortes de choses dans la rue, dans la télé. Donc vraiment, ce monde, on voit que oui, c'est un monde ici qui est un monde de tentation. This world is a world of temptation, and this temptation, basically, it's a sin. La tentation, c'est un sin. If we were living like our ancestors in Africa, in really civilized place, because people think that Africa is not civilized, it's false. Africa was the most civilized place in the world. We have proof of that from Egypt to the Grand Zimbabwe and so on. We know that we had a really stable civilization, and we had no we didn't have those kind of temptation, right? I think for a long time people were living in communities. Everyone was married. Yes, it could have some problems sometimes, but for a long time, people were living in a really stable way. Les gens vivaient vraiment d'une manière très stable. Here, what they say, I mean, not here specifically, but the Western society or the world of today, they say to people, no, you don't have to get married. No, even they say, oh, it's okay to do homosexuality. But we know that the Torah forbidding it. So they permit what the Torah forbid. And our ancestors, sometimes it happened that they had more than one wife. It can happen because the Torah permit it, and they say, no, this is forbidden. So they forbid what is permitted, and they permit what is forbidden. So this is really, really because of the sin of Adam Arishon. Tout ça, ça a commencé à cause du péché d'Adam Arishon, the fact that he met his wife, Chava, too early, le fait qu'il ait rencontré sa femme, Chava, trop tôt. Et aussi, les sages nous disent qu'est-ce qu'il y avait là-bas dans l'arbre, quel était ce fruit. C'était, certains disent une figue, certains disent un raisin, certains disent du blé, et certains disent, je pense ces trois-là. So some sages, they say, what was the fruit that Adam and Chava ate? If we go to the story of the fruit, some sages say that was the fig tree. Some sages say no, that was grapes. And some sages say no, this is wheat. But the Gemara close, they say no, they're all right. La Gemara elle dit ils ont tous raison. Et il nous donne beaucoup d'explications par rapport à ça, du fait que Chava, elle a vu l'herbe, elle a dit ah, l'arbre est beau, l'arbre est beau à voir, et les fruits sont bons à manger. Et, bon, toute une histoire là-bas autour. The fact that Chava saw the tree, she said that the fruits are good to eat. Then she took the fruit, she ate, and she gave to Adam. Donc toute cette histoire-là, on peut y passer des heures. All this story, we can stay there for hours. I'm going to just continue to see what the Gemara want to tell us about Adam Rishon again. On va continuer pour voir ce que la Gemara veut nous dire avec Adam Rishon. So we continue. Is there any question until here? Est-ce qu'il y a des questions sur ici?
Yes,
No?
Rabbi.
Yes.
I would like to know, so you mean like Adam Rishon and Rava only could be together one time, like on the Shabbat day only?
No, they could be together every Shabbat, like the tzaddikim. If you ask any tzaddikim of Israel, they will tell you, no. If he's a real tzaddik, they go with their wife only on Shabbat night, meaning after the kiddush, after the meal, and the best is also to go after Chatzot Alayla, meaning not at 8 o'clock in the evening, to go after midnight. Okay, but no, if they would have weights and they will have this first, let's say, relationship at the right time, meaning on Shabbat after Chatzot, in the Shabbat après minuit, after midnight, they will have a lot of other moments, and they will have kids that will be not like us today with no flesh, okay? Because the whole situation that we have today with flesh and skin, it's because of this. Right?
Okay, Rabbi. So it means like ourselves, we have to copy them. So we have to only to be together on Shabbat night, not in other days, like Monday,
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You can't.
Exactly. For people who are Talmid Chacham, meaning they study every day, that's the goal to attain. After what we say also because in Bochina Kadisha we also do a Khatan class and Kala classes, meaning we accompany people for wedding, before the wedding. And when we do that, we say to people, for example, the first year of a wedding, it's really difficult for people to keep that. So don't be too bothered if sometimes, okay, it happened another time. But basically, the highest level, it's to go on Shabbat after midnight, or on Yom Tov, okay, all the Yom Tov, it's also mutar. On Rosh Chodesh, it's also mutar, new moon. And on the night when the woman is finished her nida period, she goes to the mikveh, it's like Shabbat. Okay? But if the person is a real tzaddik, a part of those moments doesn't go. If the person is not a tzaddik, but is, let's say, a Benoni, he's in the middle, the sage, they say he can go with his wife, but even if he go in the week, he have to wait after midnight. Okay? And if the person is Amaretz, meaning she don't really know Torah and so on. So they say, boy, he can go wherever he want because at least he's married is better than to not be married, right? So that's it. And we have to copy that, but everyone have to go in his pace. You know, you cannot force people to run somewhere if they're not ready. Ok? On doit copier ça, mais on doit aussi attendre, on doit aussi faire attention que les gens soient prêts, ne pas les envoyer dans des endroits où ils sont pas prêts à aller.
Thank
Is
you,
it okay?
Reverend. Yeah, thank you.
So, you are welcome. Any other question? Who is against Jewels? I never remember. C'est qui Jewels? Who is Jewels?
It's me.
Ah, yes, right. Shalom,
Yes.
How is Kenya?
It's very good. Thank you very much. Yeah.
No.
And
No,
can you send me your talk on grace after meals if you can find it?
My talk on grace after meal. What
Yeah,
you mean?
You've done one. Yeah, because there's a few people here in Kenya that haven't had that teaching, and I just wanted to let them know how important it is to, after you've had bread, to say the grace after meals.
Okay, but they need
So
the
then I
grace
can
after
share.
meal? They need
Huh?
the grace after meal. They need the prayer, the grace after meal, or they need to understand why is it important.
And they need to understand why it's important. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you find it. Yeah.
Yes, I don't remember if
great.
I did a class on that, but I'm pretty sure that Rabbi Pinras did, or Rabbi Shai maybe also. We will find one of our.
I think you. I remember both of you have done. Yeah. Thank you.
You are welcome. Okay, so we continue in the Gemara. On continue dans la Gemara. And then I think who's next, Rabbi El Natan or Rabbi Shai? Then Rabbi Shai.
Just before. You want to do the limit after? Only wanted to take.
Tu peux me remettre le.
137. 37. Let me go before you, and we'll continue my discussion with him later.
Okay. So we continue here.
You are not in a hurry right now. Okay? Are you in a hurry? What time do you want to go back?
Because I'm going back to work.
Okay.
I come from work, I come straight here. And I never sleep. And now
It's normal. So he said, Vechama yegiot yaga Adam Arishon. So, et combien d'efforts Adam le premier a-t-il fait? How many efforts Adam Arishon had to do? So Benzoma is continuing. Had shematza beged lilbosh. Jusqu'à ce qu'il ait trouvé un vêtement à porter. Until he find a clothes to wear. Gazaz libe venipetz. Il a tondu, nettoyé et démêlé la laine. He had to take out the how you call it? Not silk. The cotton, the wool. Okay, he had to wash the wool and he had to take it apart to make a clothes. Vetava ve'arag. Et il a filé et il a tissé. And he had to needle it. Ve'arkar matza beged ilbosh. Et après ça, il a trouvé un vêtement. And after that, he had clothes to wear. Ve'ani mashkim umotse kol elu metukanim lefanav. Et moi, je me lève de bon matin et je trouve tous ces travaux déjà prêts devant moi. And Benzoma is saying, me, I woke up in the morning and I find all this in front of me. I can just go and buy clothes. It's true, I did not make these clothes. They were already made. Kol umot shekotkot uvaot lefatar beito. En effet, des membres de toutes les nations viennent assidûment à l'entrée de ma maison. Il sait, member of all nations come in the front of my house. He was talking about the Bet HaMikdash. Il est en train de parler du Bet HaMikdash. Ve'ani mashkim umotse kol elu lefanav. Et je me lève de bon matin et je trouve tous devant moi. And I wake up in the morning and I find all of them in front of me. So this is the second part of the limud. It's also really interesting. We spoke about the food of Adam Arishon. Now we're going to speak about his clothes. On a parlé de la nourriture d'Adam Arishon. Maintenant, on va parler de ses habits. So I just take a picture for the group and we continue. Because Adam Arishon, like you know, he We will see. We will see. It's in the Kitve Ari. The Ari Kadosh explains something really, really important there. He say that before Adam Arishon fall, so when he was in the Gan Eden, quand Adam Arishon était au Gan Eden, he had no skin. Okay? He didn't have skin. Il avait pas de peau. He had what we call kutnot or, avec un aleph. Or, which means light. You write it like this. Or. Okay? Light. And this aleph is really important because if you take just this letter and you separated it, you have here you have a yud, and here you have a yud, and in the middle you have a vav, right? So it's yud plus yud plus vav. The gematria of yud, the gematria value of yud, it's 10. So I have 10 here, and I have 10 here, and I have 6 here. So if I take 10 plus 10 plus 6, 26. What is 26? It's yud, okay, vav, okay. So when Adam Arishon was in the Gan Eden before the fall, he had the light of the name Yud Ke Vav Ke always with him. Quand Adam Arishon il était au Gan Eden avant qu'il ait fauté, il avait la lumière de Yud Ke Vav Ke, Havaya, 26, always with him. When he fall, what happened? It says that he was only light first, and then he fall to a kutnot or with the ayin. You write or, the skin like this. Ayin, vav, resh. And this ayin here, okay, but this is something really deep. We have the time to go a bit deeper another day. This is the skin of the snake. Okay. So when people today are fighting for color skin, basically they're fighting for the skin of the snake. Quand les gens aujourd'hui se battent pour des couleurs de peau, they fight for the skin of the snake. For sure, the Bnei Israel, they were not white. For sure, les enfants d'Israël n'étaient pas blancs. But after that, if a white person, or a yellow person, or a red person decided to keep Torah and mitzvot, the 613 mitzvot, he is part of Bnei Israel, and his descendant after 3 generations will be fully part. Si quelqu'un décide de garder la Torah et les mitzvot, peu importe s'il est blanc, s'il est jaune, s'il est violet, s'il est bleu, et que pendant 3 générations, ses descendants le gardent, ils vont être partie d'Israël. So you have to keep in mind that before Adam Arishon fall, no one had color skin. We were only light. And we fall into this world with ayin, which is the or, the skin that we have today. And this is, the Ari Kadosh explained this in a lot of details. This is the skin of the snake that basically it cover him up. So what is the most important to retain today is that this skin, when it's black, we have what we call it's the real skin of the snake. That's why we said that Esav, he had some kind of clothes, and thanks to this clothes, he could talk to the birds and the animals. Okay, on dit que Esav, il avait un habit, et que grâce à cet habit, il pouvait parler aux animaux et aux oiseaux. And who he took this baguette from, he took this clothes from Nimrod. Nimrod is called the first hunter on earth. And we know Nimrod, if you write it in Hebrew, it's like this. Nimrod. And if I take, it's Nimrod in Hebrew, if I take only those 3 letters, I have Namer. What means Namer in Hebrew? The leopard. That's why all the Bantu people, we are connected to Nimrod. Because we have the real skin of the snake. That's why we're good hunters. The Zulu, the Congo, the people, the Bassa, all those people. Namer is the leopard. right? So we have the skin. Basically, we have skin that we can talk to animals. But this is secret. On a une peau avec laquelle on peut parler aux animaux. The white people, they don't have it, but this aleph, everyone can have it. The Ari Akadosh explained also something really deep, and then we're going to stop here. That what is this aleph? It's when a man beard become white. Okay? The white beard. So, Rabbi Nathan,
No, I have it also.
you
I
have
have
it also?
the white beard.
Why do you cut it off? Cut it now.
No,
You didn't know.
no, when you're working with the kids, you have to look like a kid because they look like you're old.
You're old.
And now they're afraid even to tell you something.
Mm.
You know, when you're talking, they say, he's an old man.
He's old.
Yeah. Now, when you cooperate with them, you know, they give you the ideas, they tell you, you know.
Totally.
Then now you are in.
They let you.
Yeah. Now they keep your brain to be functioning.
Yes. I hear what you say.
Yeah.
But we learn here that it's really important for a man to first let his beard grow, because this is what we call the people of the nation. They are under the control of the 12 mazalot, the 12 sign of the zodiac. But for the children of Israel, our mazal, our shefa, everything we need in life, come from what we call the beard of Arir, which is it's higher than the 12 signs. And in the beard we have also 12 point ball. It's all thing, but we have to keep our beard. And when it's become white, like Rabbi Nathan, it means that you achieve in a way this aleph back. Okay, so when someone have the real skin of the snake, meaning black skin, and a white beard, be careful. Okay, kind you know, because it means that he have wisdom and he's able to talk to animals. Okay, il a de la sagesse et il peut parler aux animaux. Bon, Radona Leolam, Amen.
Amen.
Donc il y a une différence. Il y a une question. Quelle est la différence entre la transformation le sens. Donc le Aleph, comme on l'a dit, c'est la première lettre de l'alphabet et c'est 26. On va dire c'est le plus haut niveau, c'est le niveau de Havaya. Et quand on arrive dans le Or, le Aïn c'est une lettre un peu spéciale, c'est Gematria 70. Ça peut aussi donner Sod, ça peut aussi donner vin, le vin à boire. Et en fait, le Aïn, c'est le nom en hébreu qu'on dit pour peau. Quand on écrit Or avec Aïn Vav Resh, c'est peau. Mais Or avec Aleph Vav Resh, c'est lumière. Donc ça veut dire que Adam Arishon est passé de lumière à peau. C'est pas toujours un très bon changement. So the question was, what is the difference between those two letters? We said that Or with Aleph in Hebrew mean light, but Or with Ayin in Hebrew mean skin. So basically, he passed Adam Arishon from light to a body of light to a body of skin. And Bezrat Hashem, that's what we want. We want to go back to this body of light. C'est ça qu'on veut, c'est qu'on veut retourner à ce corps de lumière. Shalom, shalom, Rabbi Moshe. Comment ça va?
Shalom, ça va très bien, Baruch Hashem.
Baruch Hashem, ça va. On a fini juste maintenant. Malheureusement, on était dans la Gemara. Mais il y a un autre cours. Ah non, maintenant le cours est en anglais. Mais il y aura un autre cours en français dans une petite heure comme ça. D'accord?
Ok, pas de problème. D'accord, pas de problème.
Coltou.
D'accord.
Ok. Any other question? Non, ça va. Toda Rebetzin Elisheva, Toda Rebetzin.
Je te fiche.
Juliette. And Toda Rebetzin Larita.
Toda.
You have a good day.
Bye.
Toda Rebetzin Clémence, Odette Clémence.